Even though it would seem that mankind has made great strides in so many different directions, the truth is that he has forgotten the original source from which he came. Religion is supposed to answer the riddle of his material world and the cosmic heavens that so many have been taught to believe in. What each person does in this world is not as important as realizing what is real. The new presentation of the new sound wave and the real secret knowledge from the All-Is will bring a wholesome reaction from the present standard in morals and the commonness of the social orders. The truths that set your being free will have its own impact on the structured agreements that have been in place for centuries. This is where only a very few out of all the multitudes will come to recognize the true potential within themselves. All of this will come about by a universal increase in separation of the views and understanding of what is worthless. A new social order will be possible and can be established from the sole purpose of the real universal guides and their connection with the pureness of the new sound wave. Man's first duty is to truly know his real awareness, and then decide what he wants, and then discover what being entails. Even though a person may read and acquire knowledge, most of which is probably outdated and very vague, new sound wave, one must learn to look to the real source of life, and not the marketed gods that have been chosen to lead people astray from the true understanding of themselves. The real guides always have to deal with the emotional attachments and fallacies, the business world events. These ideas have become icons in the minds of so many that lead to old reoccurrences. Mankind always has a greater opportunity to make further progress into the vast and endless universes that lie at the real side of him. His own brain has a capacity of 1,000,000 times greater than what he is using now. But of course, this would be more of a danger to himself than a benefit, because of the brutal overtones of the human consciousness. With an awakening of the entire brain, man could achieve miracles that would put the saviors to shame. But of course, the average social being has been trained to be lazy and unconcerned. Besides, look at where so many of the beneficial technical advances are used for the sake of building better weapons to destroy others. There are many with the mind of destruction. Today it is technology that does so much of the thinking and doing. If a person can't find it in his computer or in some rewritten scripture, then it does not seem to exist. Real truth, that is. There always seems to be the outdated and useless old categories, and then there are the new and irrelevant ones that come from science in all areas. And you will see this, Duane, with the future of food on the planet. None of these systems provide any real benefit. The real guides can manipulate the forces of nature just as a mechanic manipulates the levers of his machine, for they have become the master of these forces. The forces of nature must obey him, and so they are no longer helpless drifters in nature's vortex. Mankind truly has a great potential to better himself far beyond the gods that he worships. He is the master of all the universes, but is truly unaware of this fact. What has kept him in this polluted state of ignorance is the agreement of illusion from the outside, his own self-constructed limited position. The real guides always have to contend with many obstacles to reach their goal of sharing their gifts with others. Each of these are usually insurmountable, but still possible, such as monarchism, the priestcraft, the popular ignorance. The real guides have personally overcome these difficulties so that they may become a greater light for all life. The real guides do not propose the same politics as those in the human matrix. They propose none, but real freedom. The church and priestcraft are an absurd anachronism compared to this new presentation, the new presentation. They still exist in strength and with so much corruption, but someday they will disappear from the face of the earth. Ignorance is also gaining, despite the schools and the work of so many who are trying to educate the old and young. Because of their lack of real awareness, they're going about it in an alternate direction than that of the real guides in the all-is. Instead of showing mankind how to become more aware and have real experience, they are teaching people how to be trained to work for a system that does not care about real truth, but only constant law-abiding slavery.